Hello guys, my name is 711 and welcome to the PBA Playoffs Round 1. I am battling Collin because Noah had to take a forfeit. I was going to battle David, but it didn't turn out that way because Noah forfeited, and so that scrambled up the standings a little bit. So in the PBA, I did make playoffs, of course, and Collin did too, and so it is time for us to battle. Now, Collin has an exceedingly scary team, and let's just get down to this. Of course, he does bring the Rotom mostly for countering the Snorlax, so I lead Azelf, and this Azelf is to set rocks. He switches here and goes into this Victini. I Stealth Rock, and that's great. Now, I do pack Shadow Ball for the Victini just for that sort of scenario as he switches with a U-turn. And so now in comes Red the Weavile. Now, there's the Ice Shard. I see no Life Orb damage, so I'm guessing Focus Sash. I go into Smeargle here, and this Weavile is carrying Taunt. Now, that Spore is pretty scary. I do have the Moody going on here. Nuzzle is going to be able to. Nuzzle is able to weaken it a little bit because I am super fast now and defensive. I am able to finally paralyze this Weavile, and I know that an Ice Shard is coming, so I cannot just safely Baton Pass. I have to just hard switch into Volcanion, which was my plan from the beginning. So here is Control the Rotom, and I go for a Flamethrower that does a fair amount of damage. Luckily, I am packing the Hidden Power Grass, and that does a lot of damage, while I have the Wakan Berry. I have the Wakan Berry for the Rotom and the Victini, in case there's a Bolt Strike. So I do switch. I sack the Smeargle here. There's a Bolt Strike. And so I decide to switch into Snorlax here, and I go for the Pursuit. Cobra Berry, he lives again. And so he goes into Use Scratch, and that makes me think that this guy is probably Rough Skin. Yes, he's Rough Skin. Yes, he's Rocky Helmet, and that is really annoying. So Dragon Tail, he does have Dragon Tail. And I go for another Body Slam, and this Snorlax is very, very defensive. Dragon Tail is stab and hardly does anything. So I go into Zygarde here, and I am forced to switch. And here is Snorlax, and this Victini does go down. So it's not going to be a 6-0, and I imagine that Rotom comes in. No, Use Scratch comes in. We'll get this. It has Rest, and Snorlax has Rest. So this Druddigon has Rest, Sleep Talk, Dragon Tail, and Fire Punch. That makes things very difficult for me. That makes things exceedingly difficult for me. I decide to not be going for. I just decided to just keep on sleeping here. Sleep Talk into Rest. I decided to just preserve PP for that turn. But this Body Slam is really not doing much, and it doesn't even matter if I paralyze this Druddigon. So here's a Weavile here, and I go for Protect as he Fire Punches, which is perfectly fine. I do go for the U-turn, so there's no Sucker Punch on this Druddigon. Of course, that U-turn does a good bit, but so does the Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin. He does burn the Snorlax, but that is inconsequential because I can just rest off that burn damage. And so now Snorlax is just going to be able to sleep right as Druddigon is sleeping, and now in comes Red the Weavile. And Snorlax is going to be able to Sleep Talk Body Slam and pick off the Weavile. And so that is a really big threat out of the way. Pain Split, I saw that coming, and I was saying to myself, well, probably the best scenario now for me to win, probably the only scenario for me to win, is to set up with Zygarde. Hydro Pump Miss, that was a first, to be honest. That was a first. Um, so Snorlax is here with a little bit of health here. I do switch into the Zygarde here, predicting a Pain Split. No, actually, yeah, I was predicting a Pain Split. Volt Switch was still fine too. So I decided to set up the substitute, and that way he cannot Will-O-Wisp the Zygarde. And now I'm free to Dragon Dance. Now the unfortunate calamity with this is that Hydro Pump does break the sub, and I do need to get to +2 in order for Outrage to kill the Rotom. So all is not right with the world because he keeps landing these Hydro Pumps, and I am forced to keep substituting. And he keeps landing these Hydro Pumps, and I have one more substitute left. And does this Hydro Pump land? Yes, it does. And so that is exceedingly unfortunate for me. Zygarde uh, is forced to switch here. I do go into Volcanion here, and I was predicting a switch. It didn't happen until there, and that does a ton of damage, a lot more than I wanted. And this is an opportunity for Girl's Best Friend Forever to come in, and the Steam Eruption does not happen very well, and Diamond Storm just completely obliterates Volcanion. My plan here was for Smeargle to Quiver Dance and Baton Pass into Volcanion. From there it can sweep. But unfortunately, that just wasn't working out for me very well at all. And on top of that, Girl's Best Friend Forever, Girl's BFF, gets a defense raise. I said, well, this is probably the game right here. Probably the game right here. My best chance of winning now is to get a paralysis on the on anything really, but this game is just going to keep on spiraling, and I'm just unable to do anything here. I want to see if I can pull off something here. Does not work because he gets Fire Punch instead of Sleep Talk Rest. So I do go for the U-turn because that's a lot of damage, and this thing is still fast asleep, goes for rest again. I guess I could have double poison jabbed, and then that could have at least gotten me a kill somewhere, but it just wasn't working out for me. Just was not working out for me. So I miscounted. The sleep talk failed there. This is just a really long stall at this point of the battle, and there really is no way for me to win at this point because even if I keep resting as Dredagon keeps resting, well then Rotom can just Pain Split Snorlax's HP away and I won't be able to rest anymore because I wasted them all. So I just go for a little Toxic Spike action there, and maybe that could get me the edge later on in the battle. So there's another rest. Fire Punch is not doing anything because Snorlax is exceedingly bulky and Snorlax has thick fat. So Fire Punch is really not doing anything, and that's a really good play for Collin to work with because the bulk of the damage here is just going to be done with the Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin combination, which is turning out to be deadly. So there's another Body Slam. Of course, no paralysis because Rotom Wash is an electric type. And there's another Hydro Pump. There's another Body Slam, and this is actually the trick here. Pain Split is really bringing Snorlax lower and lower, and this is my opportunity to kill the Rotom here. But he Pain Splits again, and that's just keeping Rotom out of KO range unless there is a crit. So here's another Volt Switch, and he just goes into Druddigon, and this Rough Skin Rocky Helmet combination, that just seals the deal right there. And so I lose in the first round of the playoffs in the Pokemon Battle Association Season 4. Now, that is very, very, very sad because um, just one misplay and one Fire Blast miss was the only reason why I lost to Collin in the first place. And um, I feel that I came into this battle a little, just slightly overconfident, I suppose. But I did feel like I had a solid chance of winning this battle, and I didn't. So, but you know what? I can't really complain all that much because Colin outplayed me because of the rough skin Rocky Helmet combination. I just did not see that coming. And you know what? Colin has a really scary team. Weavile Victini, very hyper offensive. Not to mention the Mega Diancie um, can also pose a lot of problems. And then Empoleon is just pretty hard to take down in one hit. Um, so there you go, guys. There's the battle. But stay tuned for more PBA. Um, I will be covering the finals, and also, guys, because I was highly, highly likely of battling David in the first round of the playoffs. David and I did prep for each other, and so that battle is going to come up next. And so stay tuned for that little grudge match. 7-11 versus David. So let me know in the comment section who you think will win. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys later. Peace.